Hello, welcome to Kia e-Niro Diaries. It's a beautiful day at last, so um, actually outside. Uh, I should point out that we've had the worst autumn weather in terms of rain and cloud that the locals say they can ever remember. They blame us Brits, of course, for coming over here and bringing our cloudy skies with us. But I guess it's all part of this global warming thing. Weather is always doing strange things. So anyway, these are diaries, and I should really point out that this is, I should say the date, it's the 23rd of November. Um, it's Saturday, and earlier this week, the e-Niro went in for its first service. Uh, it's supposed to be 15,000 kilometres. We're a bit short of that, but we've got a lot of driving coming up, so we thought we'd get it done. It cost €56.90, so at current exchange rates, that's just under £50, and a little bit more than 56 in dollars, I guess. And what did they do? Well, they checked the tyres, they checked the steering, they checked the battery cooling and heating system, and they filled the washer bottle and they cleaned it, and it took an hour. One of the things I may have mentioned before is that we are equidistant between Niort, Poitiers, and Angoulême. We're about 60 kilometres in between those three places. So wherever I go, I've got to spend time just waiting for things to be done. Interestingly enough, there was another person in there also waiting for her car to be serviced, and she had to wait 2 hours. So I guess that's one of the advantages, is that the service in an electric car is quicker. There's no oil change and all the other things you need to do to keep an internal combustion engine running. Anyway, so that was on Monday, and then on Wednesday I got up early, much earlier than I normally do, to take a friend of ours to the airport in Bordeaux. So that was the first sort of long journey, really, in the winter. Now, yeah, I've got an old school friend who lives up in Norway. He's been there for many years. He's got a Tesla. And when I say, oh, it was cold, like -2 or something, he says, that's a mild day. But, that's why we came here, for this kind of thing, and for short winters and mostly higher temperatures, although, it does get pretty cold here in the winter if the wind or the high pressure is over the continent. Anyway, so that's coming up next, yeah, it was about 370 or so kilometre round trip that I did to Bordeaux. So hope you find that interesting. It's 7 a.m. 20th of November. It's -1.5 degrees. We've had our first frost of the year. There is the moon. I'm just off to take one of our neighbours to Bordeaux airport, so it's going to be about 400 kilometre round trip. We just thought we'd see how we did in terms of energy use. We expect to be much higher than has been. Fully charged up to 100%. So I'll probably plug in when I get down there for about 40 minutes just to make sure of getting back. So it's going to be a long day. So arrived at Bordeaux airport, dropped my person off to take her flight, and it was 178 kilometres down here. It's 4 degrees, so a bit chilly, but a bit warmer than it was when we set off this morning. It's quite sunny, and there are 20 plug-in places here. The one I'm plugged into actually isn't working. All the others are, but there's a Tesla Model S just over there, and it's parked, but it's not plugged in. My cable reached, so I plugged it in over there, and just over there is a Renault Zoe, which is also parked but not plugged in. So yeah, a little bit naughty really, I suppose. We're going to take a look at those. Just AC chargers. I'm charging at I'm charging at 6.6 kilowatts, and I've got 248 kilometers of range, so I've got plenty to get me home. But my consumption coming down here this morning was about 19.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, so much higher than obviously we've seen in the warmer weather. So I guess this is all part of the learning process of adjusting the range expectations between winter and summer. I'm just going to go and have a look outside and see what kinds of things are plugged in. I think there's a lot of plug-in hybrids around. Let's have a look. Aéroport de Bordeaux. Le ciel facile, it says. It's certainly not the easy skies here at the moment, because they're doing loads of construction work, and to get into the airport building you have to take a bit of a detour. So yeah, here's a Hyundai Ioniq plugged in, Tesla 100D, Renault Zoe, another Renault Zoe. I'm plugged in over here because my cable reached, so that was okay. But it's big Volvo hybrids. Nissan Leaf. That's the second gen Nissan Leaf. Another couple of Teslas, Model X, and dual motor Model 3. Very nice. So there are in fact 18 plug-in places here at Bordeaux Airport. They're all full. Every single parking space is full. 6 of them are plug-in hybrids, mostly big Volvos, and 1 Mercedes. There are 5 Teslas, 1 of them not plugged in. I'm using his or her plug-in socket. Only one of the sockets wasn't working, and that's the one I'm at. And there are 5 Renault Zoes. 1, 2, 3. 5 Renault Zoes, but then again, this is France, and they're pretty popular. 1 Nissan Leaf, and what I thought was an Ioniq electric is actually an Ioniq plug-in. So again, only a part-time electric car. Anyway, I've had a sandwich and a banana, and it's another 2 and a bit hours. The Bordeaux ring road is a bit of a pain, but once you get out of the Bordeaux area, it's just a lovely smooth road all the way back home. So just gonna set off now. It's 10 to 11. Should get home for a bit of lunch.
To explain what I'm feeling, sadness you bring, the day where you're leaving, my heart is blue, and my mind too, 'cause all of me is all of you. Tears on a picture of you. Or can I be right? Or to live without you? My heart is blue,
hello again. So the numbers: 367 kilometres, 4 hours 38 minutes of driving. It was below zero when we left this morning. It's now 1 in the afternoon. It's 9 degrees, lovely and sunny. And in fact, I only used 17.4 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometres. So not too bad in the end. It was motorway, an autoroute and route nationale dual carriageway all the way, apart from slow going round the Bordeaux ring road. So that was okay. I have 11% charge left. It was 100% this morning. I picked up about 8% charge at Bordeaux Airport. I've got 41 kilometres range left. Don't normally take it this low. Still never been below 10% on the car, I don't think. So yeah, some experience of the winter driving. I think I'll plug it in and go and get a cup of tea.
Well, I hope you found that interesting. That was on Wednesday. Thursday and Friday proceeded to be rainy and grey. So I'm probably giving the wrong impression here, considering how much rain the UK's had. Anyway, we'll be going over to the UK in a couple of weeks, so that'll be the first time I've been back for a year. And in fact, yes, 5th of December I was in the UK last time. And it'll be our first go over there in the electric car. I should point out that on Monday, the Kia's got to go back into the dealer again. This is for something that the manufacturer wants to do. Bear in mind, I'm not fluent in French, but I'm understanding most things. I've asked them what it is they're doing, and I think it's something to do with a pump for the thermal management system in the battery. It's not the heating system in the car, but it's something to do with they want to change something. So this is a manufacturer recall, I guess. I've not had any problems with it, but I guess it's a precautionary measure. I've been told that ours was the first batch of e-Niros that sort of certainly came into France, probably Europe. So maybe they've got some failures reported, and they're trying to sort of make sure that they change those out if it's a known failure. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'm up to 81 subscribers now. Could I make it to 100? Sorry, if you enjoy watching this, please do subscribe. And I'm just stood at the edge of our field. The first bit of this is our woods for about 20 feet, and then over the other side of the village we've got another acre of woodland that belongs to us, strangely enough. But that's normal in France. You buy a house here and they say, oh, and by the way, you own an acre of woodland the other side. It all got broken up after they cut the king's head off and got rid of all the aristocracy a couple of 100 years ago. So that's just the benefit. Vive la Republic. So yeah, and thank you very much and goodbye.